Hello students, today I am here again with the part second of ICT skills, information and communication technology. Let us see ahead which topics are there in this ICT. The topic of second part is apply basic skills for care and maintenance of a computer. So basically at our home, in our computer lab, at our school, or just consider at our home how we can take care of our computer, that is personal computer, maybe laptop. So how to take care of these things, let us see one by one topic of that subtopics. First session I want to start here: importance and need of care and maintenance of a computer. What is the importance, why we should take care, and why we should maintain our things properly? Because if we want to use it up to the extent, or we can say effectively, our computer system, so we should take care of the things. How we are driving a bike or a car, we should take the maintenance, we should maintain that, we should keep cleanliness of that thing. So then and then only it will work properly. So like that same way, the computer, laptop, your phones, everything, if you take care, then it will work properly. So let us start with this point, why it is very important. Computer systems require maintenance so that the system works efficiently. Poor maintenance may lead to a system failure. Definitely, if we don't have the maintenance, if we are not taking care of that particular system, it may fail. Obviously, regular care and maintenance may help you detect any issues at any early stage and keep it functioning well. Suppose daily I am checking that things, if any little problem arises, I can easily solve that. And if I ignore that thing, it may become a big one and it will be very costly and very problematic. Since a lot of important data is stored in a computer, it is necessary to have regular maintenance of the computer to be done. Because nowadays, instead of that particular device, the data is very important, because the data we are storing, it is more costly. Okay, so we should take care our computer system, our storage devices, just like external hard disks, your pen drives. If you take care, the data will be safe. Computer virus, malwares and other harmful softwares can damage to the working of the computer. If antivirus is installed in the computer and is updated regularly and it runs periodically, if we check the periodically the test you have done of our computer or scanning you are doing, then any loss of data can be prevented. So our data cannot be lost, our data will be safe, it will not be infected, it will not be corrupted or deleted. So that will be safe. A large number of files are stored on the computer. Example, some of your family photographs, family functions videos, okay, or some music files, some movies, some games, some very important data like your, suppose your father's office work, your study material, so many ebooks. If it is there, these files can be disorganized and fragmented and may result in slowing down of the computer. That file should be arranged properly in the computer. Even we should run some system actions or system procedures, like we can say a regular scanning, a regular disk checking, a regular disk cleanup. That all things I'm going to teach you in this session. So these all things should be taken care. Regular maintenance of the system includes installing updates, security, taking backups, scans, etc. So if you are regular taking backups, regularly antivirus scanning, or your antivirus updations, even your operating system updations, your software updations, and regarding security like firewalls, okay, and you are taking backup of your files, keeping safe at another places, that is also very useful. So such kind of things are comes under maintenance. So let's see next point. Both internal and external parts of the computer system should be taken care. We know that computer is having many things outside which is visible, just like a monitor, okay, keyboard, mouse, that can be cleaned properly. Just example I will give you now here. Keep the computer dust free. We should always be careful that our computer should not covered by the dust, because dust is the biggest enemy of a computer system. Do not eat or drink while working on the computer. Food or drink may spill on the system. It may damage the system. To keep the keyboard clean, make sure your hands are clean before using typing. Don't allow to keep any staple insert in that keyboard gaps or key gaps. CDs and DVDs should be handled very carefully so that it does not get any scratches on that, so it will work longer time, because they are very delicate. Keep keyboard covered when not in use. That is very important thing. If you are not using it, please keep it covered so no dust will go inside that. Okay. Cleaning the computer components. Let us see how to clean the or which component should be cleaned. Computer components needs proper care for these to last longer. Preventive maintenance increases the life of components. Means we can say that always precaution is better than cure. So we should always be precautionary. For example, a cable is damaged but still working. It should be timely replaced or repaired to prevent any other damage. If any power cable is damaged, it may give electricity current, or if data cable is damaged, your machine may be getting damaged. Fan in the CPU. We know that 2-3 fans are there. One is on microprocessor, 1 or 2 are there at CPU cabinet, one for SMPS, switch mode power supply, from where we are getting power for the computer. So that CPU fan helps to cool down the CPU as it gets heated while working. If the cooling fan is blocked, so many dust is there, okay, cobnets are there, so maybe due to the dust and it is not repaired or replaced, it can be catch fire, because CPU will be cool because of these fans only. Because when your computer is working, lot of heat is generating inside, so to exhaust that hot air, these fans are working. Therefore, regular inspection of the components is required. This increases the lifetime of your hardware. It is very important point. Next is there general precautions. Which precautions can be taken care while cleaning your computer components or computer parts? Always power off the computer system before cleaning. If I want to clean the system, I should check that power button should be off, because it may give electricity shock. Never spray cleaning fluid directly on the component of the computer. If I have any cleaning solution, so I am going to spray on that, it is not good at all. The parts can be damaged. First spray the liquid on the cloth and then wipe to the computer or that particular computer parts. Do not allow the cleaning liquid to drip near the circuit board, just like motherboard, hard disks. So this liquid should not be spilled over it, because it is very dangerous. It may cause for short circuit, and that delicate components of motherboard can be burnt out. Preferably use anti-static wristband, which helps to prevent building up the static electricity near electronic device. In physics, you are knowing that electricity and our body's static charge, so that care should be taken. Bare hands should not be used to touch that motherboard or hard disk bottom panel. Session 2, let us start some common devices which we can call as a peripheral devices of the computer. Peripheral means what? Which are connected to the computer externally. Okay. First is computer monitor. To clean the computer screen, you can use a soft lint free cloth like cotton and water or special cleaning liquid. You should not spray water or cleaning liquid directly on the computer monitor or screen, as it may run through the seams. Spray water or cleaning liquid on the cloth and gently wipe the computer monitor. And it is very delicate part. Nowadays those LEDs are there, LED screens, so they are very delicate. We should not apply more pressure, more force to clean up that. So use proper liquid for cleaning. Next is their keyboard, which is commonly mostly used part of the computer. Dirt and dust can cause damage to the keyboard. Keys of the keyboard may not function properly if dirt enters the keys or in between key linings. You should always clean the keyboard periodically by holding upside down and shaking it. Move it. You can also clean it by blasting it with compressed air with the help of blower. You can use it. After this, use a damp lint free cloth to clean top of the keys. Top of the key part also should be cleaned by very delicately, very carefully. You should never spray any liquid cleaner or water directly on the keys of the keyboard. That is also very dangerous. You can use any additional things I will tell you. You can use any brush to clean up that keyboards. Keyboards keys you can clean very carefully with the help of that. It is very important. I will show one small demo to how to clean up the keyboard. Please just look at here. Now this is your keyboard. So you can take one brush like this way. This is a brush anyone is having at home for coloring. It can be used. So you people can do like this way for cleaning those keyboard linings. So line by line you can just wipe it, that all dust will come out. So like this, line wise you can just do it. It will come out. Whatever dust is there, it will come out. This is very important part. I will show you. Or upside down you can do this keyboard and you can just shake it. After shaking this keyboard, whatever dust or some particles are there in your keyboard, that will wipe it out. It will be clean. See, in my keyboard no dust is there because every day morning I am cleaning it. So I hope you people also should clean this. Let's move ahead for the mouse. Optical mouse we people are having nowadays. Optical means which is having a laser beam downside or bottom. So you can clean the bottom of the optical mouse with a clean lint free cloth. Lens area can be cleaned by blowing air or cotton swab. You know that earbuds are there. With the help of that you can clean that lens area. Very very delicate part. You have to clean it very properly, very slowly, carefully, because it is very delicate and it should not be forced. Its alignment should not be moved. Next is their digital camera. Digital camera we are using in our, which is in our mobile also. Even you have maybe DSLR cameras. So their digital camera how to clean, or your web camera also. Never touch the lens of the camera. To remove the dust, you can use soft lens brush or wipe with soft dry cloth. For stubborn dust, you can use special fluid for lens cleaning, which should be the first pot on the tissue paper and then wipe the lens. Never put the fluid directly on the lens. Same condition for the mobile camera also, mobile screen also. You can take care like this way. CDs and DVDs which we are using nowadays, right now, though these are very rare. Pen drive is there, so many people are avoiding to use CD DVDs, but they are not having any alternative options. They are also useful because study material, educational CDs, they are still in CD or DVD. Keep CD DVD proper case, in the proper case, to prevent it from scratches. If any scratch is coming on that, it will get damaged, it will be unuseful. If there is some dirt on the CD or DVD, it may not work at all. Fingerprints and dirt can be removed by lightly rubbing with a clean lint-free cloth. If the dirt is hard to remove, you can use special cleaning fluid. Put the drop of liquid on a swab of cotton and gently rub on the media. Very gently, and that delicate cloth is coming, special cloth is coming for that cleaning, that you can use it. Next part. Now some of the peripheral maintenance, peripheral devices maintenance schedule, how to do. Suppose I want to do maintenance, so how to schedule it, how within how many days or whatever, that let's see. And the priorities we have to set it. Some of the maintenance activities I want to mention here. Keep the components of the computer like keyboard, mouse, monitor, etc. clean. Like this schedule you should make, which really I have made and I am doing it. Replacing hardware that is not functioning properly. Suppose you feel that mouse is not working properly. First you show to computer vendor, computer shop owner, and let's check it out. If any dust is there, that you can clean it, or that person, technical person, will give you that advice to clean it, and if any need, then you can change it out. Replacing is over. That keep food items always away from the computer. Water should not be there near the computer. Cables and cords should not be messed up. You know that so many cords, so many cables are there generally, so they are mixed up like anything. So that care you should take. Apply proper channel, apply binding, that some strips are there that you can use it to bind the cables behind the table, computer table. So you can use by this way. Removing unauthorized software from the computer which is not authorized, that software we should remove. Taking regular backup of data. Ensure backups are working properly by periodically restoring data. You should use external hard drive for backup of data on your computer. Running antivirus periodically, that is also very important. Keeping antivirus software up to date. Do not overcharge the batteries. Do not block the vents. The computer should be at very good airflow area. The air should be there, that vents should be there, then it should not get hot without any air. So it should be at proper special place, or so many things should not be there surrounding of the computer, like so many bags or something else, like this way. Always shut down the computer properly when your work is done. Regular scans should be done to check for viruses, malwares, etc. An effective antivirus software should be installed in your computer. Always keep your antivirus software updated so that it can detect new viruses. Full system scan should be done to periodically, preferably weekly, to scan for the viruses, which I am doing always. Every weekend I am scanning my system completely, full system scan. And like this also, background side my scanning is going on. Whenever I use any pen drive, any hard disk, anything I use, it gets scanned automatically. You can do the setting in your antivirus program like this way. A regular disk defragmentation should be done to remove all unnecessary information that slows down the computer. Disk defragmentation done at regular intervals helps the disk space to be used at optimal level. Actually what happens, whenever we are installing any software in our computer, so on the hard disks at different places that files are getting stored. Wherever they are getting placed, they are saving that particular parts of the files, not at one place only. Suppose example, I have installed any media player, so that media player having suppose 100 files, so that some 10 files at one place, 15 files at one place, then 20 files at another place, like this at different places that files are getting stored. And because of that, whenever we want to use that software, so our computer takes little time, that we cannot understand, but computer takes time to search that files different parts. So disk defragmentation is useful to take all parts together, this at different places, whichever is stored or installed, that all files are made together. It binds together by the help of this defragmentation, that all files are be saved at one place, so easily computer can read it out. So our computer speed also increase. It is about only one software. Suppose like this many softwares you have installed, the same case will happen, and ultimately your computer speed getting down. So we should always do this defragmentation process. Take regular backup of data on your computer. In case of the data is lost due to any reason, system failure, virus attack, etc., you can easily retrieve your data using backup files. So always make yourself habitual to take a backup in pen drives or external hard disks. So if anything happen, your data will be safe at other places, one or more extra other places. System should be upgraded with new technology that were not there at the time of purchases, like increasing RAM. Suppose I need now more speed, high speed of computer, so I need to increase my RAM. Suppose 5 years back I have purchased my computer, that time 1 GB or 2 GB RAM was okay, sufficient. But nowadays 8 GB RAM is compulsory for Windows 10, okay, minimum. So we should use such a way, we should increase the RAM, then to improve the performance it can be increased. Also storage space, because nowadays we are habitual to store so many things, so many files, music files, mp3 songs, videos, games, a lot of things we are storing in computer. So ultimately our storage, like suppose a few years back we were having 250 GB, 500 GB hard disks. Right now we need 44 TB hard disks, because of our data is getting more, data is increasing, which data we are storing, that is big amount of data. So ultimately we should increase the storage capacity also. If you are getting some disk errors, then make sure the temporary internet file should be deleted from the time to time. Some internet files are there when we are using internet, like cookies are there, some data of other websites they are getting stored, so that we should delete time to time in regular interval. Unnecessarily they are holding the place in our, occupying the place in our hard disks, so ultimately we should remove those things, then our computer will be okay, fine. Software should be updated regularly so that it works with maximum efficiency. Suppose I have Office 2010, now Office 2016, so we should update it. So we will get new advanced technologies, new advanced features, and our work will be getting more easy, more suitable. Let us go for session number 4, that is a computer virus, the biggest threat of the computer world. A computer virus is a software program that attaches itself to other files or programs and alters their behavior. A virus may or may not be destructive. There are many types of viruses. Some viruses are entering and just sitting calmly. They are stayed in our computer without doing anything. But some are very dangerous. As soon as they enter in our system, they are starting to infect other files and damaging those things. Some viruses erases data or corrupt programs on the computer. When a virus enters a computer system, it makes copies of itself and carries out the harmful task that it is programmed for. For what purpose it is programmed, those work they are immediately starting. Some viruses get activated at the certain date and time, like a time bomb. Okay. Viruses also attach to the files stored on the computer or the storage media and harm these files. Viruses can enter in external devices also, like pen drive, okay, your memory cards or your external hard disks also. So we should always scan our system and always be precautionary while using these things. A virus may get attached to email messages and spread from one computer to another. That is also very harmful thing. So that point also be carefully noted. A computer virus can infect only the software, not the hardware. Keep in always mind, computer virus is always affecting to the softwares, not any hardware, not like a keyboard, not a mouse, okay, or not your monitor. So that care should be taken. Now what is the power of virus? Let's see what the virus can do and what not. A computer can get infected with virus in any of the following ways, like it can be infecting files, it is infected pen drives, okay, infected CD-ROMs. Means how the virus can enter in your system by some infected files, some infected pen drives, CD-ROMs, through infected file attachments of any email. So if you are unaware about that email sender, you should not open your email, that email. A computer virus cannot do the following. Computer virus can't do these things. Let us see which are those. It cannot infect files on CD or DVD because already they are locked. It cannot infect computer hardware like keyboard, mouse, etc. Just I have explained to you. Let's move ahead. That common signs of a virus attack. How we can understand, yes, my system is attacked by a virus. So how do we know that our computer is infected with virus? Sometimes computer shows some stranger behavior, strange activities. Some of the common signs. Let us see. One, computer runs very slow. One reason. There is change in the file size. Computer often stops responding. There is an increase in number of files unusually. I have not stored many files, but now I am seeing that in my hard disk so many files are there. Data is more. My memory space is occupied by unuseful or unnecessary files or unknowing files. Unusual error message appears on the screen. My computer is giving any other message, different messages. Computer restarts on its own regularly, immediately. After some time it automatically restarts, automatically shut down and getting very slow and hanged on. These are the signs, common signs of virus attack. How to prevent now this virus infection? Very nice thing. Now let's see, after infected the machine, how to clean it out. That we will see later on, but precaution is better than cure. So before getting infected virus, how to use some tools and which tools can be used, which procedure can be followed, our machine will not be getting hacked, getting attacked by virus. Install and use antivirus program. Very important thing. First thing, keep antivirus software always updated. Scan all the files that you download from the internet. Do not open emails of unknown person or unknown sender. Don't allow any untrustworthy person to use your computer system. Use unknown pen drive or CD on your computer. Don't use. Okay. Never click on the windows that pop up when you are surfing on the net. Example, click on this iPhone, you will win the iPhone. So such kind of things you should not click. Those are called as phishing technique. Okay, that we will discuss later on part. Now, how to prepare our computer against the virus? How to make our army very powerful? To prevent our computer from being infected with virus, we should install antivirus software, run it periodically and keep it updated so that it can scan and remove viruses. Antivirus software is a program designed to detect and remove malicious programs from your computer. Some examples of antivirus softwares are McAfee Virus Scan, Norton Antivirus, Microsoft Security Essentials and QuickHeal. For an antivirus program to be effective, it needs to run in the background at all the time. Keep the antivirus software updated so that it can recognize new viruses. If it is updated, whichever new viruses are in market or on the internet, that with the help of that updation we can our antivirus can identify those viruses and can be removed. Run full disk scans periodically. Full disk scans we should run periodically. Now scanning and cleaning viruses, how the process is there in antivirus program. Let us discuss how to use Quick Heal Total Security to scan the computer system, which I also have in my system. Of course that is legal, we need to purchase it. 3 years plan I have purchased, that is very minimal cost. It depends on you which you want to purchase. I'm not going to sell here anything. So process is there. Click start on all programs, then Quick Heal Total Security. Again click on Quick Heal Total Security, then your software will open, or double click on the Quick Heal and antivirus icon on the desktop, which is always there if you install. The main window of Quick Heal Total Security opens up. Then to perform full system scan, click scan button, then full system scan. The scan process will begin. On completion of the scan statistics and reports are provided. We can see how many files are infected, how many files are cleared, okay, or how many files are quarantined. And after that click close. Your system is cleaned. So this is the process. Now one more system activity, system file. Okay, let us see that how to do one system activity. Removing temporary files. Whenever we are using any software, we are using internet, some temporary files are getting stored in your computer. So the steps of removing temporary files are: double click on computer icon on the desktop. The computer window opens. Right click on local disk C, that is the system disk, and select properties option from the shortcut menu. One small window will appear. In that properties button, last button is there, that you have to click. The properties window will open. You can see such a way that property window. The first is computer window. So I have right click on local disk C. Then at last properties menu is there, sub menu we can say. Then when I click on properties, see that another side a small window has opened with colorful disk, that is shown C drive. So how many used space and how many free space. Then disk cleanup activity is there. Okay, we need to just click on disk cleanup. After that this window will open. In that all options you need to tick. Okay, you need to click on that all check boxes, you need to select those all. You can see in front of that some memory sizes are shown, how much memory is occupied by which type of files. Recycle bin is there like 42 MB. So like this, so many files have occupied. Thumbnails which we don't use like this way, so 33 MB unnecessarily used by that. So total 83 MB is used, because recently I have cleaned, so it is showing me very less memory. So if you do periodically, it will be very nice. If you are not doing, it will show you more memory, and you can understand that much of the memory space occupied by the temporary files only. So by clicking on that, you just click on this cleanup system file button and OK. Sorry, not cleanup system files, just click on OK. Your files will be deleted and the computer will be cleaned. The files small window will be open like this way. Are you sure you want to permanently delete these files? Then just click on delete files. Your computer will delete all the temporary files on the computer which we are not using. Then removing files of temporary folders. When we are using installation or something, or for some time from internet, we are opening some part, so that some files are stored in temporary folders. So how to delete those things, because that is not useful. Then how to remove it? So the steps are shown here. Press window button, that window starting button on the keyboard, that you can press plus R. This combination, key combination, you have to press from the keyboard. Then small window will open, the run dialog box will open. It is in front of you, I have kept here. Type %temp%, okay, like shown in figure. You can see there %temp, temporary, and %. The temporary folder opens. Next slide, the window is there. This is the temporary folder. You can see very easily that temporary folder is there. TMP folder. So click on that Control A. By that all files will be selected, and then you can press delete key. After selection like this, delete key, one message box will appear. So that message box will ask you one more time the permission whether to delete this all file or not, and that files will go in recycle bin. Okay, then just click on delete, so that all file will go in recycle bin, and from recycle bin you can empty the recycle bin. In first part I have already shown you how to empty the recycle bin. So this is our second part of the video is over. So I hope you people will watch it very carefully, sincerely, and with interest, and then study very properly. If you have any doubt, you can ask me on my WhatsApp number. And after this, tomorrow I will upload exercise of this second part. That also you have to solve very carefully and send it to me on my WhatsApp. So stay home, stay happy, and stay safe. Take care. Bye bye.